Hello everyone, Story Gamer here. Today we're going to continue our adventure in Subnautica. I've just parked here and let's hear what the radio has to say.
This is Life Pod 7. Coordinates attached. Pod is structurally sound but the fabricator's bust. Requesting assistance. 7 out.
Right.
Signal coordinates corrupted.
Damn.
Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Great. I think I'm also gonna listen to all the data, like all the logs we got from the Aurora. We never got to do that last episode. So let's see. Let's start from the bottom. Oh, this is, yeah, that doesn't matter. What else?
Exiting sleep mode. Loading voice recognition. Engineer Barclay and Chief Technology Officer you identified.
Drone, get me a propulsion cannon.
Repulsion cannon retrieved.
Hey, Berkeley. Install that circuit box with that repulsion cannon and you'll punch a hole in the cargo bay.
Damn it, Drone, I said propulsion, not repulsion. Recalibrate sensors.
Sensors recalibrated.
Sensors aren't the problem. I tweak the program. It's like you now. It doesn't like being told what to do.
Drone, I know...
His name's Albert now.
Albert, I know it's not your fault, but it would really help me do my job if you'd bring me what I asked for. Thanks for your time.
Propulsion cannon retrieved.
Thank you. Now go away.
Entering hibernation mode.
Boss, this hobby of yours isn't making my job any easier. Or safer.
Maybe so, but it's all that's stopping me from being so bored I take a spacewalk in my skivvies.
Right, the captain's log. You are exploring a quiet alien backwater when the ship you arrived here in implodes. It must be the arachnid kidney poachers. Quick, what will you do? You will farm alien plants. That's just what Craig McGill would do. After foraging for some hours, you have collected a number of potentially farmable foodstuffs. Which will you sustain yourself with? Stand crude, tree roaches, or star whale eggs? While the star whale eggs are nutritious, the life cycle of these vast space-faring creatures is much too low to sustain a farm, and besides, the mother is extremely angry with you. Fight the star whale, apologize to the star whale, accept your fate. Crab McGill knows there is no reasoning with the mother scorned. You are not so much torn apart as swallowed whole and disintegrated. The atoms that you thought were you are gradually redistributed in service of the star whale's continued survival. Would you like to continue? No. Right then, what else we got? So, Lifeboat 7 is here. Ah. Mission brief. Mongolian vessel, the Dragazi, disappeared almost a decade ago, carrying with it a high-ranking Mongolian chief. Corporate insurance has purchased passage aboard the Aurora for emissary Khazar, and the orders are to make every reasonable effort to locate and retrieve the Dragazi crew member, without compromising the primary mission. Confirming the fate of the crew will aid ulterior diplomatic efforts with the Mongolian councils. Aurora is due to perform a slingshot maneuver around 4546b. 4546b is this planet, by the way, in Category 3 Ocean Planet. Approximately 13-month post-launch. This will bring the ship within range of the Dragazi's last known position. Additional aquatic and all-terrain vehicles have been included in the Aurora's cargo package for this mission. The Dragazi crew manifesto has been distributed to senior employees in a separate message. Well then, so it was a search and rescue mission.
Average long-range transmission delay, 8 hours. Opening last recorded transmissions.
This is an emergency distress call. Aurora is on collision course with planet 4546b. Sending all available environmental data. Please respond with rescue solution. Out.
This is Altera HQ. Attached to this message, you should find the blueprints for an escape ship that we calculate will be capable of breaking orbit and getting you back to the nearest phase gate. Now, it's designed to use materials you can find in situ, but it's gonna need one hell of a power source. Now, we'll be sure to...
Aurora long-range communications relay offline.
Well then. Aurora black box data. Initiate a slingshot maneuver around planet 4546b. High velocity energy pulse detected on planet surface. Emergency distress signal sent to Altera. Listening via long range com relay. Impact detected. Life pod based on starboard side. Compromised. Outgoing communications compromised. Emergency evacuation initiated. Manual piloting transferred to Captain Hollister. Lifepod 1 to 25 launched successfully, entering planetary atmosphere. Massive impact registered. Drive core shield compromised. Emergency bounce backs received from 8 life pods on planet surface. Human life signs detected over long range at T plus 8 hours. 1. So that's me. Personnel unaccounted for. Non-essential systems. Maintenance Chief Riley Robinson. So that's me. Riley Robinson. Altera HQ rescue solution received at T plus 8 hours to high priority terminal in captain's quarters. Monitoring equipment failed at T plus 13 hours. The Aurora's drive core is shielded by a thick metal shell, which breached in multiple locations shortly after the crash. Once breached, it will continue to leak radiation into the surrounding environment until the breaches are sealed. After that point, the radiation in the environment will dissipate over time. This procedure should only be attended with appropriate radiation protection and a fully charged repair tool. So that's what I did. Alright. Spawning players on beach. Player 1 has been washed away by an unusually high tide. Player 2 has traded a coconut with Player 3 for 10 credits. Player 3 has planted a coconut. Players are getting hungry. Player 3 has grown a coconut tree. Player 3 has eaten a coconut. Player 3 is no longer hungry. Player 3 has traded a coconut with Player 2 for 30 credits. Player 2 has eaten a coconut but is still hungry. Player 3 has traded a coconut with Player 2 in exchange for building a tent. Player 3 is sleeping inside the tent. Player 2 is cold. Night falls. A passing ship is offering trading. Player 2 has traded 30 credits for a musket. Player 3 has been shot twice in the head while sleeping, and Player 2 wins. And after that, Player 2 has died from cold and starvation. Gruesome. Altera launches the Aurora. Phase gate announced for the Ariadne. Altera launches the Aurora. The fastest reaches of inhabited space are due to expand as Altera launches a newly constructed capital ship carrying a phase gate bound for the Ariadne arm. The Aurora will travel from a space dock on the edge of Altera space, making hundreds of consecutive phase gate jumps through 9 different Transgov authorities, and arrive on the far side of the Ariadne arm in 3 months' time. From there, the command crew will pilot the ship beyond the final phase gate, arriving in the next solar system approximately 18 months later. There, the early team of engineers will begin a 6-month construction project on the new phase gate, a multi-trillion credit investment. In the absence of existing infrastructure in the region, the vessel is equipped with advanced thermal and nuclear power facilities. Altera Corp currently operates 9% of all phase gates in the galaxy. If the Aurora's mission is successful, Altera will have outmaneuvered a cabal of Mongolian corporations operating a range of outposts and mines in the region. So I think that was the official plan. They should do this, and the secret mission was they should save these people.
Listen, I know I don't have the right to make demands of you, but I need you to understand that I want to change our arrangement.
I hear what you're saying, and I will try to respect it. How would you like to change it?
I would like to reduce our contact hours
How much further can we do that?
to 0.
You're dumping me.
I'm changing the terms of our relationship.
How is it still a relationship if we don't see each other?
It's a relationship of a kind. You have so many expectations.
I feel you just want to spend more time with that dumb guy in his dumb robot suit.
That's not a feeling. It's a judgment. And I feel hostility in what you're saying. Perhaps your jealousy is a sign that you need to take another look at your business model. Why can't you just be happy for me?
I am happy for you, and I'm happy for all the guys in the prawn bay. I'm just not happy for me.
This is why I want to change our arrangement.
Wow. Dumping is a whole nother level here. Responsible autonomous relationships. All the good things in life are commodities. We trade love just as we buy and sell stock. We engage in human relationships when there's a fair exchange of value, support, motivation, affection. Nothing good is ever free. If ever physical good in the Federation came from a single supplier, it would constitute a dangerous monopoly. Personal relationships are the same. It is important for people to get what they need from multiple sources. If a person finds a better source of the goods they require, they are not wronging their original supplier by changing their purchasing arrangements. If one member of a relationship should feel threatened or jealous, they must look at their own business model and ask whether it is performing competitively. There is always room for improvement. Today's menu: starter Space Bear Veloute. Since their introduction to the interstellar vacuum in the 21st century, microscopic tardigrades, or space bears, have adapted and flourished where no other life forms have survived. Condensed into a smooth, nutty, protein-rich soup, they are the freshest local ingredient available to travelers on long-haul space flights. Main dish: cottage pie or nutrient block. Rehydrated minced beef in its own gravy, served with a topping of mashed Chinese potato, picked fresh this morning from onboard grow beds, and a side of sauteed Chinese potato plant leaves. For the time-conscious consumer, the usual nutrient block options are available. They may be consumed cold or reconstituted at the on-site fabricator. Dessert: dried fruits and nuts. Unfortunately, a recent accident in Cargo Bay 3 involving the incorrect application of a repulsion cannon in combination with a modified battery charger resulted in the venting into space of all dehydrated desserts. Fruits and nuts will be the only available desserts for the next 39 weeks. Transcov profile: Altera Corp, one of the largest suppliers of spacefaring technologies and consumer electronics in the Federation, the official supplier of the TSF, consistently ranked among the galaxy's best employers, began life as a defense manufacturer in the mid-22nd century. National motto: get what you deserve. Although most Transcovs can trace their roots back to Earth, Altera, literally meaning by Earth, is the only one brazen enough to take its name. During the expansion, Altera supplied arms to all sides, acquiring and housing a vast colonist workforce and making the transition from manufacturer to corporate state. Altera's threat to seize trade was one of the turning points in the conflict, bringing about the end of hostilities and the signing of the Charter. Free enterprise within Altera space is encouraged, but competition is tight, and all goods exported off-world must be Altera branded. Profitable businesses are bought out by the state, owners ascending to the board of directors. Well-known Altera technologies like the Cyclops submersible originated with such private enterprises. Despite superficial similarities to national governments, the corporation's lawyers have always maintained that it has no legal obligation to its employees, but voluntarily elects to take on the roles usually served by a democratically elected government. This claim has not yet been tested in Federation courts. And lastly, what can we learn from the hive mind of Strata 6? How are the individuals which make up a hive mind to be categorized? Are they merely dumb components of the larger intelligent organism, or is the larger mind merely a product of the independent organisms? Can it be both? We define organisms by their traits, but find invariably that these traits depend on those of their environment. The concept of the tadpole is meaningless without the concept of the frog it will develop into. The idea of a predator is empty without an understanding of its prey. This begs the question: if we define everything by reference to everything else, what have we actually explained? An illustrative experiment was recently performed on the hive mind colony discovered on Strata 6. A device was placed outside the nest which would electrocute individuals approaching it. An ant colony would have lost many individuals before a basic danger signal was successfully communicated between them, resulting in learned avoidance of the device. Successful but costly. The Strata 6 colony quickly formed into two factions. One attempted to move the device by brute force, sacrificing individuals as they do. The second attempted to cover the device in sand. These two goals being mutually exclusive, a fight ensued. The first faction was beaten in virtue of the reduced numbers. The device was safely buried, and the survivors called their truths. From the perspective of the individuals, this experience must have been horrific. From the perspective of the hive mind, a nagging problem had been overcome with the most effective solution. Which perspective is the correct one? We suggest that it is neither. By attempting to fit such entities into our rigid set of concepts, we are painting onto the world a false impression of concreteness and meaning, which is a reflection of our concept of ourselves. We describe Strata 6 individuals as attacking one another, just as we describe microbes in the human body. Yet the Strata colony, like the body, cannot be healthy as a whole without the aggressions of its components. We describe neurons in the brain as being dumb, but brains as a whole as intelligent. But when an idea takes hold in the brain and forces out into inferior ones, do we describe this as an act of aggression? Do we mourn dead neurons? When a philosophy or technology takes hold in human society, when wars are fought over them and people die, is that rightly seen as being good or evil? This is not to undermine the meaning of our existence, but from where we stand, our existence is very serious indeed. But is our civilization and our universe really any different from the colony on Strata 6? Is intelligence something limited to things of flesh and blood, or is the universe truly one giant intelligent system? Or we but amoeba blowing self-important potholes in its surface? We would do well as scientists to remember that our goal is not to paint the world as we see it, but to see it as it truly is. I like that. Philosophical. Now let's get some water.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Oh, that was better. Let's... I'm out of water. Now I still got 2. Great. Wow.
detected.
Well now, right. We are going... Sorry about that, need to get my information. Yeah, but today, now we're going to the Sea Traders Path to get to search a wreck there.
All systems online.
Great. I need to go east. Southeast, southwest, I think. Yeah, that's pretty good. Then I think it's west. Yeah, I think that's the one. Right.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. To plant life on the seafloor suggests this may be the migration path of a huge, bottom-dwelling life form. New blueprint acquired. Blueprint acquired. blueprint acquired.
Bloody walkers. Wait, where am I? Oh shit. I'm not finished, I still need to get inside.
New blueprint acquired. Yeah. I think that's more, but... I'm trying not to get the attention of the warper. There we go. New blueprint acquired. Seconds.
Right, so let's get out. Let's skedaddle.
Oxygen.
There's supposed to be some data somewhere, like a PDA, but I can't find it. I know the coordinates to it, and I can't give them in. Well, I don't want to cheat, so yeah, it's a bit hard. There we go. Oh, fuck.
Seconds.
Let's get out, let's get out. Right, so I think that's pretty much Is it a time capsule? I certainly accomplished a lot while I was here. I constructed bases in every major biome. I secured a planet-wide plague. Yeah, I guess you could say that I made waves. This planet really became my home. It's almost a shame to leave it, but I must. There are hostile creatures that wouldn't mind making a meal out of me at every corner. And besides, I haven't seen a living person in ages. To any unfortunate soul in my predicament, I left some supply to help you get through another day. That's pretty good. Wow, a repair tool. That's just great. Oh well, now I can just drop one of the lasers, I guess. Let's drop one right here. And the other one I'm gonna keep. And yeah, let's see with the repair tools and see what's gonna happen with them. Where is it? Where is my SEMA? There it is. It's a bit hard to see it. Sorry about that.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
That's just right. I'm going to change a bit. Oh no. Yeah, the interior is going to be red as well. Much better.
Welcome aboard, Captain. The rest can get into the locker. I'm gonna make 3 more water. Great. Yeah, that's awesome. Right, so I'm gonna leave this episode here. We've been through a lot, explored another wreck, got a lot of new materials, got a lot of new blueprints. Just one more and I can make myself a Cyclops. So that's pretty good. Right, so I'm gonna see you guys later. Story Gamer out.